Okay, so Japan, they bought themselves a carrier, an AA, and 4 infantry. I wasn't even paying attention to when he moved that AA down here. So, interesting. I got a feeling he's going to end up stacking Philippines and preventing me from taking it for quite a while. So, even when he has to bail, he's going to dump planes in there. He can build a factory there and just keep building there. And so, he's going to make the Philippines be um, a pain, is what it's boiling down to, I imagine. The fact that he put the AA down there. So that tells me that we're gonna have a fight for here. But anyways, my timing's gonna be US2, US3 coming into the C zone, although we won't be able to take it. US4 will take the whichever of these two, most likely Borneo, while UK, hopefully UK3 is gonna take DEI in all likelihood. US5 take Thailand and start taking these guys, get factories on these, probably get the UK factory up as well, and then just work on building until we can either make them have to decide between Tokyo and Philippines. So bail out the Philippines, then we take out Philippines, and then work our way up. Meanwhile, in this structure, I think, like I said, we're going to do our best. I'm going to carve out, when I face a tank rush in general, I like to strafe out and kill out infantry as much as I can and just leave naked tanks to have to attack, make them have to attack the valuable tanks directly into infantry stacks. So we're going to do our best to carve out some of his infantry and get back and hopefully still be able to protect Moscow. It might get risky with my plans. I'm going to take a risky plan. I ain't going to lie about it. Um, but if I don't get a little bit risky, he's just going to mow right through me before I can do anything down here, and it's just going to be ugly, ugly. So, the reality is I'm just hoping to make it to G6. Let him take Moscow and G6. Uh, that's where I really need to make it to. Anything I get beyond that will be wonderful, which means I'm going to be a little bit behind what I'd like to be even down here into the Pacific. So, I mean, really, with my timing I'm getting here, I prefer this to be a G7 to feel comfortable about a good game. Um, but I'm worried he could take this before then. I mean, he's going to be able to stack West Russia on G3, G4, G5. Yeah, I mean, he may have a G5 timing here, and that scares me. He actually can stack Caucasus probably G3 for that matter. I tried to hopefully get enough UK here and have enough Russians living that he won't be able to stack Caucasus. I have not run the calculator on it. Um, Good news is he flew his plane, his Japan out, so Japan can't help stack it at least. So probably, hopefully, maybe not. Now that I think about it, he'll have what 13 tanks, 3 infantry, and artillery, so 17 units he can put down there. I got enough to do a 5, 10, 11 hit with UK followed by Russia. So he should not be able to stack that at least on 3, but he'll be able to stack West Russia on 3 for sure. So 3, 4, 5. So I'm gonna be hopefully be able to move this chunk of ground on up UK3, UK4 to help protect against G5 and make it to G6. And we're gonna be pumping fighters, as you guys have seen I like to do. I'll pump fighters, and hopefully we can survive. We'll see. So, anyways, he moved his fleet up to 62, which is actually I'm happy about that. It means if I needed to, I could put a destroyer with US there and feel perfectly safe here. But as is, I don't even think I need to do that. I'm just going to move everything into C Zone 59, and I got enough to defend against what he's got. It gives me a 60-some% chance of defense. So I do need to go ahead and take this is at Midway. This is Iwo Jima. Yeah. So I do need to go ahead and take Iwo Jima. So we are going to attack it and take Iwo Jima. That way I can put fighters as last, so that if he does go in for it, the fighters will. He can't just hit until the fighters are sitting there and then retreat and let the fighters crash. The fighters will have a landing spot. So because of Yunnan, I hope I'm saying that right. Um, that gave me 41, which normally I have 40 IPC for the US2 purchase, and I'll just straight up buy 5 destroyers. But because I've already got a little bit of a lead here, I'm going to be a little bit more strategic about it. I'm going to buy a straight up loaded carrier, which isn't the most efficient buy, but again, these fighters are going to be needed later, and I got a little room, and because it's 41, it lets me buy a transport as well. So I'm going to go ahead and buy a transport in here to get that second transport up and running, because we're going to need to be as quick down here as we can as we get going here. So that's going to be the plan. Loaded carrier and a transport. I've learned not to play with the dice. We should not need all of this, but we are going to use all of that regardless, whether it's needed or not. I think I'm going to put my 2 destroyers up here in C-Zone 10 and let him take the 50-50 he wants, the 2 subs. I don't want to get closer because then he can use his bomber as well. But if he goes 50-50 and takes him over there, that gives me a better chance of potentially getting to a fleet drop. I've got these 2 fighters in range to be able to drop onto a carrier, and then maybe something else, and start getting an Atlantic fleet going. It all depends on what he does with his Air Force and these subs, but I'm going to give him the opportunity to take the 50-50. He doesn't, then I'll take it back on him. Or he has to retreat, pull these subs back, in which case I have 2 destroyers to add to a fleet that UK could drop. So there we go. That's all, talking all of that through. And all we can really do is this one attack. A lot of talking for no attacking. Yeah, I realized I didn't even add up. I don't think I could attack that. That would be crazy if I could have attacked that, right? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with the planes. 4, 8, 10. Yeah, no, he was good. All right, good deal. I didn't even consider that. I wouldn't think he would move there if I could, but sometimes you just assume things and people can take advantage of that. By the way, I think by this point, Snake's probably been commenting on the videos. I know I'm giving him the link to him, and he wanted to make comments. I am doing it on a delay, so he hasn't been able to, in my time, start yet. Hopefully he's not too harsh on me on deciding to do this. Well, we'll see. Hopefully he's behaving. I know you are, right, Snake? All right. Like I said, I could use a destroyer block, but I don't want to. I'm going to give him the option to take the risky battle. That's why we took that and lost the infantry, unfortunately. We do want to pull him out. I do want to go ahead and put 2 infantry down here in case I don't want to go to Pearl, in case I want to go straight that way for some reason. We will have that available. We'll see what he likes to do up there. So I got room here. I kind of like keeping them on the Atlantic side now and shipping to Africa during these early rounds because I don't need them. But at the same time, I can't go into C-Zone 23 like I would like to and just go back. So I've got a couple turn back to get back to East USA regardless because of his subs there. So I got to go to 24. His Germans are way back there. So let's just go ahead and go all the way down to 27 because that does give me the opportunity to potentially come to 29, 37 and just continue right on and get them involved in the Pacific and not worry about dropping over here. Go ahead and move that into the middle just in case he does something with those guys that we got to come together. And I think that's going to be it for the U.S. turn. It's unfortunately that we lost a guy. I'm glad we got another transport coming with another 2 guys so that we can not run into issues when we get down there. Alright, we are not going to be taking any infantry. We've got 22 is what we're going to be building. I think we're just going to go straight... Oh, wait, you know what? I don't want to buy 9 units because we're giving... I'm just bailing and giving him Caucasus. So we'll save the 2. That'll give us 24. That'll let us buy 8 next time. Which we were going to be able to do 9 and 7 would have been 16. So we'll get to 16 units anyways. But we're not going to be throwing 1 for waste here into the... to be killed when he just massacres that spot. So I'm going to pause for just a second because I've already forgotten what I was going to do here. Okay, I'm sure the screen just shifted on you, so I forgot when I do that pause that I shouldn't move things around because it's going to just jump on you guys like I just did right there. Good gracious, sometimes my computer frustrates me. Okay. So, like I said, I'm just going to give him Caucasus. I mean, he's going to get it G4 regardless. And I maybe I could have attacked and taken Ukraine, but I'm getting worried about after my Russia 2, I traded off a lot of units to buy just a minuscule time. I don't want to trade off even more units too profitably to him. So we're going to take risky battles instead because that's more fun, right? So let's say we send 10 infantry and 2 tanks to attack here. A 1-round strafe there says on average I kill 2 of his infantry. He kills 1 of my infantry. That's a +3 for me. There's only a 9.5% chance I take the territory, that I get 5 hits. If I get that, I am in deep doo-doo if that happens. So I want 2 to 4 hits. That's what I want. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and take this shot. And maybe we get lucky and get 2 hits and take it. Maybe we don't. You know, there's only a 1 out of 6 chance he gets 2 hits, so I'm hoping that I don't fail that 1 out of 6. What's that, like 16% chance? We're going to give it a go. We're going to leave 1 infantry to be a blocker. I could send that there, but I really just need to keep as much as I can coming back to Moscow because he is going to be able to blitz these 11 tanks. He's going to be able to use whatever lives here. He's going to be able to use these 2 fighters, these 3 fighters, and a bomber to strike at Moscow. So I need to get everything back into there that I can. I'm already playing it risky as is. But we'll see how I'm willing to play risky. We'll see how risky Snake's willing to play. Which, unfortunately, I know the answer to that already, so... Alright, let's do this one first. 2 hits to no hits. 2 hits to no hits. 1 round. Smoke them. That was almost disastrous. That was almost the exact opposite. Well, that just stinks, but at least we did not lose our fighter. Like I said, I just wanted to peel off his infantry is what I wanted to do, but what can you do? I want to peel off as many infantries as I can, so I really need to get 3 hits and arch. Four hits would be absolutely heavenly. So, does this turn into a 2-round strafe? I mean, can I do another round? What's the risk of me winning this outright? I don't even want to. 21% chance I could get 4 hits. All right, I need to. You know what? I'm gonna look at what does this all mean for Moscow now. Golly, 1 stinking hit. Are you kidding me? Out of both battles, 1 hit. Alright, so he will have, let's see, 3 infantry, 11 tanks, 5 fighters, 1 bomber. I will have 3 fighters, I'll have 2 tanks. We'll have an artillery. We're building what? 7, 10, 19 infantry. One artillery, so yeah, no, we're good. We're safe if we want to retreat. Man, I really want to kill more infantry than that, though. Golly, I 21% chance I take it though, and then he's dumping all sorts of junk in my way. Let's see, what would happen if I took it? I'm just curious. So if we took it, we are looking at. My calculator's still running on that Moscow battle, even though we're fine. If we took it, and let's say we lose one more infantry here, so we would have 8 infantry, 1 more we could move, so we would have 9 infantry, 2 tanks, and an AA sitting in there. An AA, 9 infantry, 2 tanks. And he would be sending 2 infantry, 1 artillery, and a whole slew of tanks. Let's see, 11, 12 tanks. Of course, he can send his 5 fighters and a bomber up there still. Yeah, that equates to a massacre. He'd still have like 11 tanks or something, like 11, 12 tanks living. And I would just have the 7 infantry, 10 infantry and an artillery, or 9 infantry and artillery. And, and 2 fighters. So if we had 9 infantry and artillery and 2 fighters left, how many tanks would I be okay with him living? No, probably not. I would need to get that down a lot lower. Gosh. Man, I guess I just need to retreat. I did not want to. I wanted to leave him with less so that he couldn't take as much, but I just need to go ahead and retreat this. We don't need to risk a 20% chance of taking and then getting wiped. Gosh, what a sucky battle that. When I need some luck, I need some luck for Russia right now in order to live. Good news is, so the cool thing about this is these 3 guys get to jump all the way to Moscow. So, now, so half of me wanted to go ahead and put like the 2 AAs down here and make them work at it, because you have 3, 1, 2, and then air. But I really need, most I could put was 4 infantry down here. I don't think it would have been enough. So, unfortunately, we're just going to give up Germany a lot of room where they can just run and grab units. That if I was him, I probably wouldn't even take these with Japan. Just let one of these infantry just run straight through there and get them all Germany colored. That's what I would do, but I'm not him. Alright, well, I think that's what we're going to have to do. I do not like my Russia play here at all. But I think we're not really having a lot of great options at the moment. So, alright, going to head out. Alright, so we get a little bit interesting. He bought 5 tanks, so the fact that he's buying tanks now in Germany 3 means he doesn't expect infantry built here to be relevant on Moscow. So if he had built them on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's not counting on it being G7. Otherwise, it would have been more productive to buy more just infantry and put it there. He is counting on getting this by G6. So, which I've been saying it just probably. Again, I have not really calced it out. I did just calc out G4 and what G5 kind of looks like. I might be able to hold on to G6. I'm not sure. I'm thinking probably not, because he's probably going to be able to come down here in 4, and then in 5 build 4 units here plus everything else, and then hit in 6. I haven't ran it out that far. I'm being a little bit lazy again. But let's see. I have 18, 21, 2, 3 units. 23 units he can move into there. I'm going to be building 8 infantry, so I'm going to have 28, 32 there, plus whatever I'm willing just to throw at it, you know, from the UK side. Meanwhile, UK does got to kind of keep an eye on this guy as well over here. Good news is I plan on UK's transport living and be able to go 1, 2 back to here. I also have the US that I can be pulling around, so I don't think I need to go into Persia per se. Transjordan per se, because I can always bring this transport back and move him from Persia to Egypt if he throws everything into Egypt. So yeah, in order for this to survive, as you guys know, I believe in the fighter pump. Now, so this is something that kind of put a halt on me a little bit here. So I was planning on going, to Iceland and doing this fighter pump so that I'd have fighters ready and being able to prevent the sea lion attempt. But him putting 5 fighters here in Finland, 1, 2, 3, 4, so they can hit. And so 5 attacking fighters versus 1 defending fighter is definitely more profitable consistently. So if I was him, I would hit that all day long if I landed my fighter into Iceland. So building fighters over here isn't going to help me get them to Moscow very quickly. So I'm just going to skip that, and we're just going to build 3 fighters, I think, over here this turn. After that, we'll start building some ground again, I hope. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and look at taking DEI. By taking DEI, he will have, 2 guys that can go 1, 2, and then catch 3, 4. So he'll have 4 fighters and a bomber, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he'll have 4 fighters and a bomber that can hit it. We're gonna have our 2 destroyers, carrier, 2 fighters hanging out there. It's a even Stevenish trade, but I'm hoping that maybe he won't want to do that with US breathing down his throat. Maybe he will, just to kill that transport, though. I don't know. We'll play it, and we'll see what happens. So, yeah, 3 fighters is what we're going to do. Additionally, so we're going to do this. this, this. So I do want 3 fighters and a bomber ready to be able to hit here. So these 3 fighters and a bomber, I'm going to get them all up into Moscow. But meanwhile, we can kill us some Japan. Oops, you know what? I want the bomber to go this way because this one's the more critical. You know, hopefully this is, you know, just being silly, but same point. Don't want to allow something to slip through the track there. Da 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 da. I think that's all of our attacks for UK, right? Sure looks like it. Deal. Good deal. Nice. Second. Good. Oh, wow. Excellent round all around. No hitbacks on any of them. That's, I mean, it was 4. You'd expected to at least get 1 hit back. Some people would have expected 4 hitbacks. Not sure I want to put my tank there. Because he could blitz his tank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do a tank bomber if he wanted to. Uh-oh, did I goof? Oh, I did goof. Ah, crapola. Well, I'm going to have to leave this fighter up here. I was going to bring this fighter on down to here and have him helping to pressure Egypt, but I goofed, and like I said, I do need to have 3 fighters. I don't need the fighter in Moscow for defense. I'm okay there, but I did goof this guy. Oh, shoot, I got to land him in a zone that's not good. Oh, man, I really goofed. What was I thinking? Come on, Chris. What were you thinking? Alright, so we need to cover him up, too. One, two, three, four. Okay, he can't really go there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But then he'd be... did survive, so we don't really need. Man, the problem. So here's the issue is he can bring this Japan fleet back down to here, right? And have 4 guys sitting here, and I need some units to be able to come back into the land here. Now we could drop 2. We'd be able to bring, I mean, 4 guys, like 4 fighters at least, maybe 6, possibly 6 fighters in the battle, a bomber. So I mean, he'll have at least the equivalent of 10 guys staring at me, and I'm gonna have not much. I don't like sending too many guys. Man, I can't believe I goofed on the fighter. That's a whoopsie. And what we can do, so I'm going to move this destroyer up here, and the reason I'm going to do that, that means he can't attack Burma then, right? He'd have to drop his units here, and I would have 2 infantry. I'm going to have 2 5 fighters and a bomber that could hit his 4 infantry. Oh, I guess he'll drop his planes in there too, so probably not too big of a deal. But I don't want him to attack these guys regardless, so we'll move them up. Yeah. We'll see what happens here. I'm just gonna go with it. I really hate that I goofed that up, because I'm even moving infantry. I really wanted this fighter's in a little bit better positioning. I wanted this fighter down here, but guess whatever. The main reason I wanted this fighter down was 3, 4, 5. He could have been helping with that G6 defense, but now he's gonna be lost to defending Moscow, and I mean not until 7 at best, and I'm expecting him to let it get to that. Gosh, that was just a dumb move. Alright, stop beating myself up. Let's see, we do want to check my defense profile there. I would rather fighters before carrier. Do I really want fighters before carrier? He's gonna bring. I think I may need to do just the normal defense sub fight, because if he does attack, he's gonna attack with 4 fighters and a bomber, and I'm gonna have 2 fighters, my destroyer, and a carrier, right? I don't know why I thought I only had 3. Yeah, I kind of goof. I just kind of goof this turn all around. I was thinking he only had 1 carrier, so he could only have 1, 2. I don't know what I was thinking. I goofed. He can hit this guys and sink these guys if he wants to, and land guys over here. That was just not a good turn. I just finished my Toadstone turn. I think I was too excited about how things went there and just was not thinking. So there you go, Snake. There's a little gift for you. If you see it, unwrap it.